local forecast with meteorologist Jackson Chastain starts now.
Temperatures in the 50s still in Middletown right now. It's been a little bit above what we've seen over the past several days. We had some lows in the 40s, some lows in the 30s, and even in the 20s in places this past week. Now we're seeing a little bit of a warming trend here, only for several reasons. Number one, you got a cold front, and you can see that difference off to the west in places like State College, Lewistown, Mifflintown, where that front has actually arrived. And then in Harrisburg, we're sitting in the 50s. Well, you know, what's that all about? Because, well, number one, the front actually has not arrived yet. Once it does, you're going to see a cool down. But what's happening right now is just ahead of the front, that air is being compressed against that frontal boundary, and then you have cloud cover overnight that's been lingering around and retaining a lot of that daytime heat. So the lows that we're seeing are warmer than they were yesterday for those two reasons. But you can see the difference that the front really makes, because in places like Du Bois, Pittsburgh, very, very cool there, 20 degrees cooler than what it was yesterday at this time. So very interesting pattern we're seeing. Of course, we only get into the low 50s today, in part because that front makes its way on through. Wind chill factor will be something to pay attention to. We have winds steady 10 to 15 miles per hour, so maybe a jacket, a heavier jacket to wear to account for that would be nice. The rain chance that we saw from this was not very good. We didn't get a whole lot of rain at all. Next week should be better. That's Tuesday into Wednesday. That's something that we're watching with a very keen eye, because it should give us rain all across the state of Pennsylvania. And here in the mid-state, it could give us up to 1 inch of rain, or at least very close to it in many places. So this is what we need, because we have deficits in excess of 9 inches. In many other inches, 6, 7, 8, 9 inches in places. And so to get something like this close to an inch is a nice way to kind of chip away at what we've been dealing with, because these drought conditions have slowly been expanding kind of to the northward as a result of the rain deficit that's been building. And you know, fire weather, always a concern as well. So we get through the rest of the week. We have that one main rain chance on Tuesday. That's what we're watching. Then things cool down quite a bit heading into Thanksgiving, in the 40s for the highs, 20s for the lows. Very cool trend coming up, and this isn't necessarily atypical for this time of year, but it is something that, you know, we haven't seen a consistent cold stretch like this in a while. So trending closer and closer to that wintertime start date, which is 2 weeks away from meteorological winter. You're going to want to bundle up and stay warm. Otherwise, very sunny this weekend. Great parade weather outside. Kayla?